And I believe Sceptic was shooting at HippieHabitat and crew. So that should be Sceptic up on the hill. Hippie out of danger.
Ooh, showing him how it's done. He's going to retaliate with the snipe, saying, hey, Sceptic, I got a bullet for your man right here. He's going to put him straight down, and good discipline on them to say, we already know they've been crushing the competition so far, fending off the likes of Sceptic's squad just a little bit ago, finding their way to the zone here, and you can see that material count is very low. Exactly what we talked about. The edit's going to be made here. He's going to get pumped twice from 2 different angles right now as the backup comes in. Funk Bomb to the rescue real quick, putting that defense down, showing that he is a world-class player. He knows exactly how to handle these situations. The side pressure's coming in through the distraction. And now he's have to retreat here with no material.
Like one. He has 1 mat. Not even enough to build.
I have no mats.
I got everything on me.
I'm just chilling.
Switching it over to Air Cool.
Yeah, on me.
Everything, no.
Shotty
Can you
time.
make it out of shotguns out?
Oh, he knows.
I'm up this way, Nick. I'm
Okay.
good.
Great hold right there to fend them off. 1 pump is going to come in. That's not going to be enough. It's only going to hit him for 30 here as the pressure is on now. And oh, there it is. He's going to get tagged from behind. It's Infy's squad who takes him out, who we saw rocking all explodes in 1 shotgun with the RPG. So
That shotgun comes into play.
he's still in the game here.
But the revive actually from Nick A30 onto his teammate Brad is going to be very key because he's actually alive and in zone. He has a ton of heals to actually use and possibly give over to him. Now we swapped over to...
I didn't want to watch this stream anyway. Yeah, get out of here, Nick, because we got HippieHabitat on your screen right now.
Where are you going?
He's got some good real estate here on the high ground, but unfortunately does not have the zone favor, as 15 seconds is going to be the make or break to make this move out of here.
And given the distance of the zone too, this is what they're doing right now, trying to find a path, but not many materials to actually work with. So like we said, with the rotate, the amount of stuff that they had to spend getting away from Sceptic's team, for example, is going to cost them dearly.
Hold up.
Here, Funk Bomb in the front of the path. He actually finds an old tunnel that he wanted to use, but based on the pressure coming in from him, this is getting rough for this team.
Is this 2 different groups shooting at him?
Yes.
And Funk Bomb knows, he just said it, he said we can't walk their builds, they'll just make a quick edit on us, so this is unfortunate for them. Again, the storm pressure right here. And Hippie's just going to jump into their kind of path zone, see what he's going to do here.
I'm dropping.
Somehow still in it right now, just in the mix of all these enemy builds going off the mountain. Actually works perfectly as the elevation shifts for them now in their favor. A player's going to be in the box. Can he get the exchange? And it's not going to be enough. He gets taken out.
That player just took out
there.
2 in a row. Now Air, aimbot axe,
Shit.
Tifu, and there's actually only 2. It's only Air and aimbot axe. They're moving into zone. They've only got 1 elimination. And they're playing solo, so looking rough. He doesn't have any shield. He's going to drop down, possibly find himself low ground eliminations, but no more mats. No, not going to be enough. And not even in placement threshold.
So close,
Out
and it was
at number 12.
Okay.
That was so close right there.
Hard mats. We're best spot.
This is looking good for Bizzle and crew.
I actually just saw Fate take out 2 eliminations on Nick A30's team, so they're still in it.
I got 2 kills.
Okay.
Right on our right wall.
And Feet is just lighting up right now.
Height's a good team. On our layer north.
Bizzle looking up, says Height's a good team, be careful. Layer to the north, though. Here comes the pressure from different angles right now. And they're putting a storm on his back, but someone jumps in the box right there. Good wall block.
We're second high.
And a good catch right there is going to keep them alive, but the open wall is going to get traded out for season right here. He gets taken out. Bizzle's going to go down now.
Team second high.
He's above the water. This is the worst case scenario here, Bala.
He wanted to get away from second height, but that might have costed him. The zone does go back, though, so he's going to be able to actually chill for a minute here as he does continue to get spammed from the team on high ground. It's all up to Bizzle now to clutch up. They've already got 9 eliminations, and they've closed the gap significantly with HippieHabitat's team. It is Zeta Mayo, Casker, and Zypha up on height. They're going to lose it, though, as the nades go down. No, they're still up there. Mayo, this entire team's still alive, so I think it's going to be a wrap unless Bizzle can pull out a miracle. Also, another player still lurking somewhere, too.
Can you shoot
that? Exactly what you called, Zeta. It was about time he pulled in a victory royale here. Here comes the shots from up above. And the final moments of everything is kind of unfolding here. Someone's on Zeta's layer. It's a shotgun exchange right there.
Switch layers right there to get away. Perfect opportunity from that player. The spams keep coming in. I believe that's Bizzle. Takata still up as well. There's Bizzle going down to Mayo. I think it's
Anyone
everybody against Takata right now. He's
Goodbye,
the team
Takata.
captain. And they're going to start coming down. They've spotted him out, and it's going to be exactly the same way that all the rest of the games have finished out. The pitch from everybody, and 19 eliminations
Is that good?
from this team.
Ma, get the camera.
Is that?
Take our very first round. They dropped 22 of their 25 points then. Slowing down recently, though, as teams like HippieHabitat have jumped up into the 50s. We got Team Bizzle now, one of the youngest competitors in the competition today. Sceptic doing work.
And I actually really like how that went down. What he did there, he waited for his team to be ready for the push and then came in collectively. But with the white shot right there, it's not going to be enough. He is going to catch a 67, and it's going to be a trade out. Skeptic's going to go down. Nick's already knocked as well and traded out as well as Sia. So it was Nick who caught revenge up on Sceptic up above for Sia's knock right there. And Fate and Bread have to clutch up right here. It's a 2v3. Anything is possible right now. As we know, and it's a box fight. He's just going to jump on in. Fate's got all the aggression in the world here.
Oh,
Running low on ammo. This is going to be tough if he takes a shot and doesn't reload. Where's Brad? He needs to get in here. He phases back in the box again, and it's a full-on tack-off. I saw AJO get another knock in the limb feed earlier.
how old is Sceptic? This man wasn't even eligible for the World Cup, right?
No, he was.
No, he
was.
made it. He made it to World Cup.
Excuse me. Sorry,
I believe
Sceptic.
made
he's
it to World
13.
Cup.
I believe he's 13.
on me right now.
One of the youngest competitors for sure to make it through to the World Cup.
He's right. He's resing in there.
Him and Clicks. I think Clicks is 15 or 14. There's Aiden. They finally get the finish, so the leader of that team gone and out.
Look at this speed at those edits there. And we did just get confirmation from the back. Skeptic is 15.
15 years old.
21 white on soccer. White
He's looking up.
Right here.
Playing for Luminosity Gaming, of course. And his team is in trouble.
Is he going to be able to save him? Yes. Oh,
I got him.
no fall damage
What a
there.
chuck.
Great. So he is
What
going to
a
be able to
chuck.
keep him safe. But if he falls into the river, this guy's going to go cruising downtown.
In the meantime, though, Sick actually picked up the rest of the players who were in zone, so this team.
Quick, please dodge him quick. Come on.
Oh,
Oh, my.
Return
He
fire.
was tagged. You know they're going to make the call out here.
I'm dead. Ben's coming. You need a bench. I'm
I
dead.
don't have bandages.
I'm dead.
Ah, this kid's an idiot.
You get the edit right there.
is he? He's actually pre-edited his stairs by
Accidentally. And he fixed it just like that under pressure, showing that he is a world-class player.
No big deal.
Oh my god, I can't build.
Is having a bit of a problem there.
6 HP.
Couple of boxes came up so quick, and just like that, that player escapes with a free point on Aircool, who is unretrievable now in the final moments here.
And in this sense, the split that you talked about earlier, where one was up on, or two players up on high, two players down on low, does allow them for opportunities to get other places. But in this case, it's going to end up losing Aircool. Other teams building up on the other side of zone, they're doing that because they've got 6 zone on their backs. They are in the best position for that.
Here's my man, Problem Right, baby. See how Problem handles himself in a third-person game.
Problem just trying to keep cool right here. Bounce back, see if he can get his shields off. This is the team that we said has that zone right there. He's somewhere kind of in the middle of the chaos here with his squad. You can see a teammate to the right. The crack being broken into the top side now. They still have some moves to make as they're not completely safe here as the zone's going to start moving their way any second now.
This team on height, huge advantage. They're definitely going to want to try to pressure off HippieHabitat's team. Here's Bizzle on mid-ground. Very, very far ahead of zone.
And Monster, this is the guy you called to win the game.
It's very, very much possible, especially considering now he has his full team. He's got the loot that we've been needing him to have. Materials and an RPG to potentially combat high ground. That's one of the only ways to do it. But no, it's Zeta who's up top, who we know is a veteran at controlling the high ground, especially alongside players like Zypha and others. But there goes the RPG potentially from Bizzle himself, because they did have 3 rockets last we tuned in. Captain Jack's gonna go down there to the zone. And no, look at how clean they are at retaining high ground and going right back for it. Even with the nice split here, Bala.
And this is exactly the type of play that you want to do when you're on a height. A split like this, Zypha going so far ahead. They're clearly experienced in squads. This is how they racked up 19 eliminations in the previous game. And they're setting themselves up for another win here. I think it's possible over Bizzle and company, who are on that brick, possibly even second high right now, which was the issue last time.
74 points already. You can see the team combining for 70 limbs, and now they're starting to get the placement bonuses as well.
Top 6
Was
Kind of
they
early
were
for that, too.
very dormant coming into here, but now this is where the fragging pops off right now as they pick up another one. It's going to make 5 eliminations so far since they've secured this high ground and have been running this end game. They're going to find another player, and they're just sweeping up all of the dirt that's on the outer skirts of the zone right here. Just kind of, you know, kicking it under the rug, if you will. And this is how they just find their points back and forth. Hippie's still alive right now in the zone right here using the harpoon gun.
They just got plenty of maps from that. They're still at 7 eliminations right now. This might be a face-off between first and second as we go towards the end of this game. He's actually going to pick up an RPG. Can he get the rockets too? Just drop down? No. Instead of wasting time and precious.
I got so many harpoons though, man. Just let me use them.
But he didn't get the rockets at all. He needs to communicate to his team. Can he find any? 16 players left. We saw top 6 come through. We're probably around top 4 now. Could be a face-off between first and second in this game. That could be crazy.
And there's the call out for the Rockets here. Let's see if he has enough time to actually pick one up because the pressure's coming in. Looks like his team has been split up. They're on 2 different layers. Hippie's the only one up above, but that means he's just one step closer to Zypha and Zate and his crew. He needs to get to his other teammates if he can right now. And there it is, backing up perfectly. Right back to his teammate here.
I'm seeing France by himself, I believe, on Chap's team down on low ground. Still playing. Chap is down and out. He could clutch up. He just got 2 elims for himself by himself.
I can't even move.
Bizzle I haven't seen go down yet, but I did see his teammate Gandhi end up dropping. Here's Bizzle. Still 3 members, so 3 on 4 at least.
Oh no, oh no.
It's Mayo who takes him out too from high ground. They're gonna make a play though. It's gonna be defended though, for now, at least.
This is what happens when the zone sweeps back and forth over the same builds. It becomes that much tighter and closer in the final moments, as now it's a box fight in the low ground right here. How is StepBroKhan going to do? He's actually going to get taken out there. It's Timo is the only player left alive on that team right now, and it's Liquid Chap who's somehow surviving in the dogfight that is the low ground. No materials as a player nearby. Here comes the edit. Predictable. It's going to be a white shot right there. The follow-up, and he's not going to quite connect. It seems like the shot wasn't in his favor, but the big 110 in the tree in the low ground. He takes 3rd place, and the game has been closed out and concluded by the high ground squad.
Zate.
After our first 4 games, here's where we stack up. Zate and crew up over 90, sitting at 95 points. Definitely going to break 100 if they keep this up. HippieHabitat at 71, Bizzle at 66. You've got Mr. Conrem. You saw the top 5 finish in that last game, really jumping up the leaderboard here.
But now looking at Zate, Mayo, Casker, Zypha, this is the team we want to follow here. They are just inside the building. Sparkles is going to go down right there with a big rocket that's going to pierce through the builds from the AR fire.
You can see what he's trying to do. Take the builds low, fire the RPG, and then break it as it goes in and possibly get it through the turbo build. But then that second rocket there, on top of that player as he built up, was meant to knock the player down into his teammate's box. And the W key is on now. There are already 3 eliminations in this game, at least. And if I know this team, they're not stopping. They've got the confidence. They're basically trying to get a victory lap, and so far so good. 4 eliminations. They're going to wipe that squad completely. Easily.
See, he's got the floor. He's jumping into enemy builds like Aiden does.
Yes.
And here comes the tracking, and no, misses the ramp. He gets taken out. He has no backup to get the exchanges here either.
I love his style, though. Win or lose, watching Aiden is fun. He pushes the action.
Nade, you're getting naded.
He does indeed. Claps takes one out in the meantime, so they kind of trade. I love the confidence out of Aiden. It's not going to work out in this case. But if he did, he could have. If he got that first elim, he could have easily picked up the second in the box-to-box fight.
Definitely interesting for them. They need to take this, but no. Funk's going to get tagged with the trap there and taken out, and now Ericle's left on defense by himself. Here comes the exchange here. He is going to get the trade. Nicely done. Takes the wall, but he forgets the trap is up there and could not bait it out. The wall was actually not his. The brick was the enemy. He's going to open that up and trade out Ericle as Ericle goes down, but at least Funk Bomb was saved right there. And now back with our champions at the high ground here so far. At least the play is in the lead.
Not only do they have high ground though, but they've got double RPG to boot, which is going to mean everybody down below is going to be struggling as they can open up all sorts of sight lines and double RPG into boxes. It's going to be so rough if they can maintain the RPGs and use them effectively.
And they're just targeting the teams in the distance so they don't get comfortable to build up, not breaking the team underneath them, because that's the structure they're actually connected to. So good on them to play smart and keep the hold here. But look at the spread right now. They have all kinds of angles. You have one side being held out by Zypha, and then you have the other side being held down by Zate over here.
And if they connect there, both sides, it's so difficult to knock them down when they're in zone. These are all in zone. And that connection point is going to be impossible for this to break now. Continue to pressure, AR spam all the way through. They're going to be able to not only continue the pressure down on teams in the mid-ground. Hold on, there's somebody going up. And he gets
Not anymore.
instantly. The aim there from Zeta, insane.
And that's going to be point conversion 101 for this team right here, breaking 3 digits, a first ever at the Twitch Rivals Charity Showdown. Now 102 points for Zeta Mayo, Casker, and Zypha here. And the high ground is theirs, and the zone, they're right on top of it. And all they have to do is continue to hold this positioning and close out these moments.
Notice how he didn't necessarily want to build down in there because zone could still go somewhere else. What is going on?
Rocket ride.
Oh, he
No
rocketed
way.
himself into the water, jumped down Zypha. What a play there. They rocketed rode all the way down to low ground. Zypha now going to clean up. Here comes the RPGs to break players down into each other and fight each other, and not only fight each other, but fight Zypha too.
These guys are playing with style right now.
Going for the clips here as they know they're looking so good right now. And here comes their rockets. It's like they have an endless fire of rockets considering how many knocks they've already taken. Their team is able to replenish. Now the box fighting from 2 different angles down below. And no, they both get traded out for getting split up. Just a little too confident here. And now it's going to make things interesting. Can this be closed out all the way? It's Liquid Chap who's still down there. And that's going to be converted for his elim right there. And now suddenly we have a closer Fortnite game.
Yeah, it's 2 versus 8. Chat by himself now, 6 elims on this team. He's still got 200 maps to play with. And if I've seen Chat play an endgame, he is so good in these positions. He has 2 floppers to play with. That's why he's staying in zone. He doesn't want anybody to know his position. He's going to be able to make some zone plays now. Zate looking back, though, he's very aware that this is a possibility to take height now. Only 4 teams remaining.
It's a lot of solos.
And this is it right now. They're calling out. There's a lot of solos right now, so they know there's some players there. That player still has shield somehow, managing to be super healthy here in the final moments. This final zone is starting to collapse on top of one another, and this is it. These are the final stretch right here. Big 91 shot. It's a 2-man team. They're trying to give him a run for the money.
I think this is the only other 2-man team. I think the rest of it is solos. Haven't seen Chap go down yet. There's the high take. That could
the
be
top?
him. It could be Chap, but he's running out of mats, so I guess it probably stays still. Chap finds 2, though, so that wasn't him. It's a different player challenging up on height. It's a 2 versus 1 versus 1. Chap down on low ground. It's going over water. Still 1 in zone. That's what they're worried about right now.
He's just keeping eyes on them right now as Chap's the lone warrior down here. And there's a player right above him who goes for the side shot right here. And anything can still happen. It's a 2v1 right now. And Chap looking to kind of crank out. Hits a big shot, but it's not going to be enough. And he gets taken out with a 2nd place, but a valiant effort considering he was by himself with 7 other enemies alive.
125K to their favorite team. That belongs to Zate. HippieHabitat, after winning the 2nd round through 20th, they will be walking away with 5K for their favorite charity.
Yeah, that's awesome. Everybody's a winner. We've been saying it time and time again, but it is